We know you are the one that works in us to will and to do. We have gathered again to listen and to learn. Oh Lord, we ask that you speak to us. We ask that you help us assimilate everything that is going to be taught. We ask, oh God, that you make our hearts a fertile ground. Let everything we are teaching lead to transformation. Let everything we are teaching make people who are capable of taking these things and running with them as they should. Welcome into today's session. Open our mind. Give me your trance. Give them speedy assimilation. In Jesus' name we have prayed. Amen. So we move. Last week, I started a series on Everything Works. Very powerful series. If you were not here last week, I beg you, go listen to our teaching from last week. I don't even know. So, you know this. Yes, I know you don't need every information. But if you're here, I think the information that is passed here, you need them. You can listen to it while strolling. You can listen to it while eating. You can listen to it while doing some work. But by all means, try and get, those messages and listen. At least we all know that it's not as if my YouTube is monetized that I was okay, at least you are watching it so that money will come. No. Right? I'm a man on an assignment. I have a vision. Right? And I don't expect anything in return. The only thing I want for you to pay is your attention. So go back and listen to the part 1. It is very key. Don't allow Satan hide it from you. No gree. So we'll continue our series on Everything Works. I would have done a recap, but there's no need. The video recording is there. So what we're just talking about is the fact that everything you're doing, every work you're doing is working. So it is either working on you, or it is working for you, or it is working against you. And you only quit when you are sure that it is working against you. So it is working for you in the sense that it is making you returns. You are doing a video, you are getting likes, you're getting shares, you're getting attention. You're doing a job, you're making money, you're growing. It is working for you. You are doing a job, you're doing a business, but now you're learning patience. It is shaping your character. Yes, it is not working for you in the sense that it is making you money, it is bringing you attention, but now you're learning patience. You are learning kindness. You are learning customer care. You are learning how to be more polite to talk to customers because you're looking to make sales. Then it is working on you. So you quit only when it is working against you. So today we're going to drive that further a bit, then we go into another topic. Not another topic, sorry. We're going to, the other subheadings we wanted to look at under Everything Works. Okay. Now, we've said that, or in continuation, this is why people easily climax, because they don't understand the concept of everything they are doing is working. Now, you start a thing and you experience a quick win and you think you are good. Meanwhile, you just stumbled on a principle that made it work. Then you assume you have arrived. Let me say it again. You start a thing and immediately you stumble on a quick win. Because the principle of work is that much more than the work, what the work is doing for you, what the next or the first most important thing is what that work is doing on you. So if, for example, you are an athlete and you are training so rigorously to win an Olympic gold medal, so every day you come out, you run a certain distance. You do this for 6 months consecutively every day. But at the end of the day, you don't get the gold medal. You don't even get a silver. Let's say you get a bronze. It is true you got a bronze, but the man you have become can never be taken from you. And that man you have become can translate into other things. So let's say, for example, you started the training and you trained for 6 months, you trained only once, and you win a gold medal. It will be arrogant of you to think, I'm good, I have arrived. You have not become any man. You have not become anything. You just stumbled on a principle that made it work. You didn't stumble, you have no idea about the foundation. But if you understand the teaching we have been doing, what it will do is to help you not to climax quick. So you stumble on a principle and all of a sudden you start feeling like you're there. No. You need to understand the concept of this work. Has it really worked on me? All right. So what this means is that you need to be patient enough to understand the fundamental principles about the work you are doing. Now let's go to a subheading. What to watch out for when starting out. Pay attention, everyone. What to watch out for when starting out. Now, when starting out, resist the urge to want to do everything. Even if you have different giftings, and not all of them is for immediate expression. You might have different giftings. You can sing, you can dance, you can make clothes, you are tech inclined, you are athletic. Resist the urge to want to do everything. They are all good, but not all of them are for immediate expression. Remember the general topic we are dealing with. We are dealing with everything works. So what I'm trying to say is that even though everything works, resist the urge to be jumpy. Because you can do this, you jump into this, you do 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 this. No, don't do that. Some of your giftings are for later expressions. Now, I'm not encouraging you to shut down your visions or your giftings. No, I'm not encouraging that. But I want you to realize something. If you aggregate quick, you will get to understand that people are more drawn to a specialist. People are more drawn to who? A specialist. So what I'm saying is that you need to find a way to specialize publicly and feel free to diversify privately. So let there be one thing that people are knowing you for. Let there be one thing where that people can say, oh, this person is a subject matter expert in this. Why the other gifts you have, you can now diversify privately. So for example, you can sing. You can cook. Now, looking at those two things, how do you pick the one to go with? One of your aunties has a restaurant. So instead of positioning yourself as somebody that can cook, somebody that can sing, you can go join that your auntie, grow in that skill, learn the art of cooking, master it, project yourself as a chef, while being in the choir department at the same time. You see it now. So you're not shutting down any of your visions, but you're trying to be public with one first, so you can gain that traction, and so that you don't split your energy into different things. People are more drawn to specialists than generalists. I've talked about diversifying privately and specializing publicly. You don't have to aggressively market everything you can do, especially when you know that one of them has not seen proper light. Somebody will say, what of Dangote? I agree, but Dangote did not do everything at the same time. He started somewhere, cement. He did sugar. Then he used that traction, he went into refinery. So you need to find one thing that puts you out to your audience to get them to accept the different things you are doing. Resist the urge to do everything. Find one thing that your audience will know you for. So you can see someone that is a content creator, has done it for a while. Before you know, they are into music. Before you know, they've gone into movies. They are now acting. Some of them start off with music, posting content about music. Before you know, now they are into comedy. Before you know, they've started doing movies. There are a couple of them. But they never try to do all of them at once. For some of us, we have a lot of giftings and abilities that they overwhelm us so much that we don't even start any of them at all. And that's a problem I would like to stay on for a few minutes. You have a lot of gifting that you don't even start any one of them at all. Remember the example I gave first. What you need to do is look for one that you know has the lowest barrier of entry. You look for one that has the lowest barrier of entry. I gave an example of your auntie being a chef. For you, it might be tailoring. You have a friend that already has a fashion outfit. You go and join. Because what you're trying to do is that you're trying to start off with one of the many things you can do. Does that make sense? Because if you start thinking of the many things, oh, should I do this one? A lot of people like that, I don't even know where to start. I can do this, but I don't know where to start. Look for the one that has the lowest barrier of entry. Look for the one you can start with less resistance. It's not the one that will need you to get money to buy equipment and all of that. No, you're going to slow your growth down. There's this lady online, I think it's Nika. Is it Nika Beads? Or she does beads. She is in Nika. I've forgotten. She does beads. She sells bread. She's into content creation. She does adverts for brands. For the first time I knew her was content. She does a lot of. She mimics Odumeje. But from there, I found out that she has a bakery or something. From there, I found out that she makes beads, bags, bracelets, and all of that. But she capitalized on one and used that to build the others. So if you have a lot of gifting, look for the one that has the lowest barrier of entry. Never try to do everything. And do not choose, don't choose the one you prefer most. Don't choose the one you like most. Choose the one that would allow you to do it with little to no resistance. Remember the examples I gave. Some of you, because of the home you grew up, your family business, you've gotten to learn it. So let's say you have a mom that or a dad, or your family business is maybe you people own a boutique, for example. So now you know how to sell clothes, how to import clothes, and all of that. But you now later realize that you had a flair for tech. You want to do tech. It's going to be unwise for you to abandon what you know and start pursuing tech without leverage. Except you have enough leverage. By leverage, your parents are able to foot your bills while you pursue tech. But in a case now where you see that your parents are no more, or something has happened, they are no more running the business, and this is a business you know, wisdom demands that you follow up with that business. Build it up, build traction around it. Make money from there to pursue your tech career. That's what I'm saying. You don't choose what you like. You choose the easiest that you can start with, then go into other things. I've flogged this enough. Now, why giving up can be detrimental? When you start a thing and you give up too early, when you want to start another thing, you will need to start from the beginning to start building your credibility. People have started trusting you that you know But let's say you are, as a lady, you are into making lashes and all of that. People have started trusting you to do their lashes, and all of a sudden, you just come out and say you are also selling jewelries. And you are no longer putting effort into the lashes simply because you are not gaining more customers. You will start from the beginning to start getting people to trust that you can, to trust you enough to buy jewelries from you. The second danger is that people will start associating you with inconsistency. You will never be able to build trust on any other thing you are doing. Once you become very jumpy and you are associated with giving up too quick, people will start associating you with inconsistencies. People will start. I know that there are people that have tried so many things before they found out the particular one that they want to do. It is fine. It is fine to try something and you say, okay, this is not working for me, let me go into another thing. But check out the motive while you're switching. A problem that exists in business A will follow you into business B if you didn't truly identify the problem. I'll give you an example. If your problem is branding, sales, and marketing, it follows you everywhere. You can't escape it. So going to look for something else means you're going to start your journey from the beginning. These are the two most important dangers you need to keep in mind before you choose to leave whatever it is you're doing. Now, why persistence matters? Persistence matters because you become better at a thing when you do it over time. This is a fact. When you do something over time, you become better at it. I've seen people start up professional careers and run away. Why? They say it's too difficult. But one thing they forget is, can you think back to when you started this thing? Or when you started this journey? You were better. So they get to a point, they quit. They say it's too difficult. Why persistence matters? Number one, you become better at a thing when you do it over time. This thing looks like basis, this thing looks like foundation, but I can tell you, this is what you would need until you get to the top. Secondly, why persistence matters. The more you keep doing a thing, you begin to see opportunities that other people are not seeing. Now, opportunities open to those who can comprehend. Let me give you an analogy. If I bring a complex mathematical equation and I present it before you, it might be very difficult for you to understand the equation because your mind has not been trained long enough to understand that complex equation. But if I bring a mathematician to the scene, he will begin to call things and mention things that you are not able to see. The difference is that the mathematician has trained his mind long enough to be able to understand what is locked up in that complex equation. So if there are opportunities or messages or codes that equation was meant to communicate, the mathematician will pick it, you will not. This is the same thing that happens to you when you spend time doing a thing repeatedly. You begin to see opportunities that other people are not seeing. Number 3, it improves your luck. It does what? It improves your luck when you stay on a matter. You see, there are opportunities people will bring your way because you have proven yourself in that field. They will not bring it to me. No matter how lucky I am, nobody will bring a contract for me to build beds for presidential hotel. They will take it to a carpenter that has proven to be good in that area. So becoming persistent improves your luck. So what it will mean that luck is not really, you hardly you hardly find what you are not looking for. Luck is not a product. Luck is probability, but probability is only happens to people that are in the data set. So what I mean by that is, if I throw a dice, the probability of picking one is 1 out of 6. 7 does not have probability. There is no probability of 7. 7 is a number, but it is not part of what we are rolling. That is exactly what persistence does to you. It improves your luck. I don't know if these things I'm saying have made sense so far. Can I see a reaction, a thumbs up, or say something before I proceed? All right. Now, what do you do with rejection and delay? What do you do with rejection and delay? Number one, always remember that people's choices is not always about you. Neither is it always about your skill level. Someone might say no to you, attributing it to your skill set and your level of qualification. Then go ahead to pick somebody that is less qualified. I have seen it happen. And let me just share a bit of story with us. When I started my career journey, I think I've told you guys this thing, but the part I want to draw from this example, some of you might not have heard it. When I started my career journey, the first interview I did, I was told I don't have anything to offer. But later, somehow, I was brought back into that company to start getting trained and all of that. But I noticed that there were some people that were now employed while I was there. I knew way more than them. Like, where I was when I was rejected was a lot higher than where they were when they were accepted. So you see, the rejection wasn't totally about me. Imagine if I had given up and I now stopped trying to become a software engineer. I stopped coding. I stopped trying to better myself. In fact, when I was rejected, I went back to Enugu. I started building an app that could help pharmacy stores run their business for someone that was told you don't have anything to offer. I didn't allow it affect the posture of my heart. You can be rejected, you can get 1,000,001 no's. It does not mean anything. Now me, they tell you. It doesn't mean anything. I'm a huge advocate of excellence and competence, don't get me wrong. But do not let a no or a rejection be a measurement of who you are, where you can go to. I hope that is sinking. Why that is important is because I do not want you to go into a never-ending journey of trying to control something you cannot control. There are things you can't control. People can tell you 1,000,001 no's and it doesn't mean anything. You will find your average. Okay, let me digress a bit. Let me talk about what I mean by you find your average. If you can understand that no is not necessarily about you, you will know that in the midst of the no's, nature makes that you will get a yes. That's how life works. In the midst of the no's, nature makes that you will get a yes, so long as You did not give up on your skill. You are taking the time and the opportunity the no is giving you to become better. You will get a yes. Once you get a yes, you found your average. So you can now know that, okay, in every 100, I get one yes. So what it means is that when you're talking to the next set of 100 people, the no is not bothering you. You just know that somewhere in this next set of 100, I will get a yes. So if I want to get a yes, I talk to 100 people. Powerful thing. Powerful thing. Like I said earlier, rejection isn't always the direct reflection of your competence. Sometimes people choose what they want to. And if you are not what they want, it's better you focus on becoming better. So that when your audience finds you, you can serve them. If you're so focused on rejection and the no you got, and you lose sight of trying to become better, the day your audience finds you, you will be too incompetent to still serve them, because your audience will find you. I tell you, let me tell you, let me say this. People do life like when you hit rock bottom, there's something deeper. What I mean is, life goes like this. The only thing we want is that let your next low not be lower than your previous high. So if you have come low, you have been rejected, the natural thing should be acceptance next. So the Bible says that time and chance happens to them all. Time and chance would always make it that there is an opportunity for an upward movement. It's normal. It's normal. So you are rejected. People are telling. What it just simply means is that you are qualified for an acceptance. All you just need to do is to stay through it and do what you're doing. Does that make sense? So, the knowledge and experience you are gathering in the days things look slow, what is simply doing is so that when your audience comes along, they would meet a champion, not a mediocre. But when things still look slow and you're looking for shortcuts, ways out, instead of trying to deepen your skill, when they come, the time your audience come, that food you want to cook, you will cook rubbish. That clothes you want to make, you will still make rubbish. If it takes you more than one opportunity to prove that you are capable, it means you like joking. Because it is the person that will come today that will bring the people that will come tomorrow. One is great. One that you properly serve is greater than 1,000 that you are expecting. You need to make it a point of duty that you are going to be a statement maker. That is the opportunity you have when things are not so everywhere. You need to make, because sometimes the problem is even integrity. You don't even have integrity to serve kings yet. And you're complaining that things are not moving. But integrity is what the slowness is trying to teach you. I hope we are following. Number 2, what to do with rejection and delay. Let patience do its work. Patience is one of the fruits of the Spirit, and patience protects you more than any other fruit. You see patience. Patience protects you. Patience knows what you are not ready for. Patience knows when you will be ready for what you are ready for. What he does is to protect you until such a time when you are ripe enough to show forth. So allow patience do its work. Like I said earlier, if you get the kind of attention you are desiring as a novice, you will likely destroy yourself because you're a newcomer. And being a newcomer is not a function of how long you have stayed. Being a newcomer is a function of the distance you have covered. Life is not measured in time elapsed. It is measured in distance covered. That is why I encourage you to be a grinder. What grinding does is to help you cover distance while time is elapsing. All of us don't have the same age, no. There are people that have conquered a multiple lifetimes in their young. So when you hear something like somebody is a young ancient, that is what it means. They have conquered multiple lifetimes in their small life, and you are wondering why all their efforts have a sledgehammer effect. It is because the work in them has been complete. Some have gone through the lesson 3 times. They become masters. So let patience do its work. Let patience do its work. Most times you think you're ready until the world throws weight at you. One thing that is a very important skill in life is to be able to separate wheat from chaff. Now, wheat from chaff sometimes looks like wheat from wheat. So what I mean is that everything coming your way looks good. In fact, everything coming your way safe might be good. But what patience does to you is to give you enough mastery to know the ones that you can say, this one, no, this one, no, this one, yes. Let patience do its work. So much more than what you're expecting the work to do for you, never lose sight of what it is doing in you. God made Abraham a promise at 75. It came at 100. Now, don't get me wrong, guys. I am not saying that you cannot start and grow quick. You can. All I'm saying is that everything needs a foundation. If you don't have it, you don't have it. So whatever quick growth you are using to measure yourself, check the foundation. If you feel like you can build the foundation in one day, fine. All I'm saying is that that foundation has to be complete. It has to be complete. It has to be complete. If I'm making an old man a promise, I should be fast about it. But God is not in a hurry as much as you are. So that thing you feel like, God, they take this thing done late. By now, I suppose it's only you that is thinking like that. What God is measuring is qualification, not how you feel. So let me take one more point, then we wrap up and take questions. The last thing I will tell you is, while we are looking at what to do with rejection and delay, there is something devil will always throw at every one of us. He will throw us a temptation. But I want you to understand that in that temptation lies a test. In that temptation lies a test. God tests us in the various ways through which devil is tempting us. He tests us in the various ways through which devil is tempting us. So Jump from the mountain. He will give his angels charge over you. Is temptation. But the tests become, let us see if you will jump. Eric, the popular Eric we know, he said he had 900 followers for 13 years. Some of you did not even hear me. Eric had 900 followers for 13 years. And in those 13 years, he had various temptations to choose a shortcut. Would you now look at Eric and say he's late? You see, this question is too important. Would you look at Eric now and say, Kai, he's late, he's almost... When he came out, apart from the newness we felt, you all will agree that there is something in him that feels fresh. How can somebody be in the content space for 13 years, yet after 13 years, what he has feels fresh? Oh, Jesus Christ. I don't even know if people are getting me. It would mean that everything you are feeling that is looking like a rush and all of that is all fake. Because the door of your showing forth, you will realize that you showed forth at exactly the right time. That's what you're going to realize. So, the problem with the line of compromise is that it is not always glaring to the pressured, the person in need. And it is mostly never visible to the ordinarily depraved mind. But once you compromise, you make little invisible adjustments. These adjustments have a compounding effect such that if you don't watch it, you may never know when you become everything you thought you would never do. And you will start doing abominable things. So what I'm saying is this. The line of compromise is not always glaring to the person on the receiving end of the pressure. You feel delayed, you feel rejection. Before you know what is happening, because now you've not made sales in 6 months, somebody just gives you one contract to do. And you say, Kai, for 6 months, I never make sales. I never know when this kind of contract will come again. Then you add extra 500. Some people will say, okay, it is business, but you know that the reason why you are adding this extra 500 is greed. Because all of us, some of us take responsibility. We don't accept it. So what I mean by taking responsibility is that you are just taking it because you feel like maybe is what you should do, but you are not accepting it. You are not accepting it. You know that the 500 is no longer business, it is greed. But when they are saying it, we say, it's business. Now me know wetin I buy. You and I know that the line is becoming blur. You will soon become a thief. The way you are going, you will soon become a thief. So you begin to slightly compromise out of greed. That's what I'm saying. The line will feel blur because you are the person that is pressured to make gain. Even to the ordinary depraved mind, bro, nothing to do them now. After all, your own is 6,500. Some people, they even sell 7,000. But you know that you made up your mind to sell for 6,000. But somehow, now business, you even make reference that even this person self, he's selling, other people are selling 7,000. But me, I'm just adding 5. You know that 500 was not your initial plan. What I'm telling you is that is how it starts. The day your showing forth comes, what we are going to have is not the full picture of the man we are expecting. We will not have the full picture of the man that was meant to arrive. So at the seventh deep, we look at you. There's no more leprosy physically. But on the places where your clothes is covering, leprosy is still there. You have gone 7 times. I'm already switching into a prophetic teaching. Holy Ghost, help me. So, like Naaman, you have gone 1, 2, 3. It's expected that at the 7th time, you will be clean. But unfortunately, when you came out, we looked at you, we said, okay, this person is clean. Meanwhile, the places we cannot see, there's leprosy. If you will not emerge complete, there's no need to emerge. If we cannot hold on to this one and say, this one is our person, we have a seal on him, he will not compromise, then there is no need to emerge. Because you're gone still even when you don't need it. You will compromise even when you don't have to. It becomes a second nature. So I think we have done justice to this teaching tonight. Do we have questions, comments, contributions? Let's take it in 5 minutes and wrap up. Next week, we are going to be talking about efficiency and time management. Some of us are busy, feeling like we are busy. Meanwhile, we are not efficient. So I'm going to deal with that because it's an important syndrome. You are just busy doing, you get work, so you just do work. So that thing is making you feel good. Meanwhile, a bulk of your life is being wasted. We are going to start dealing with it next week as God grants us grace. So contributions, questions, let's wrap up. You guys know how we roll. Somebody must say something before we close. That shows that it's human beings I'm communicating with. Don't wait for the first person to talk. Just unmute your mic.